In this video, we're going to talk about some of the configuration options you have for delivery using the FireFly POS system. Let's go ahead and click on Configuration and Order Types, and then we'll click on Delivery. Alright, we'll start here with our delivery order. We've got our minimum order amount required for delivery. You'll be able to use a manager override to bypass this, but this is a good guideline for your team. We also can set valid delivery times. So if you don't deliver all the time, if you want to limit this to just starting at 5 p.m. for instance, you can specify that here. Verify delivery area means that you're required to choose an address from your predefined street database. Let's talk about how to charge for deliveries. You can choose from some different charge methods here. Flat fee and charge by zone are the most common. If you choose a flat fee, you just go ahead and enter the amount that you're going to charge your customer. If you choose charge by zone, you can start adding zones here, and then for each zone, you can enter a dollar amount. This is useful if you'd like to charge a graduated fee for the further away you get. Make sure that you specify the tax structure here to use for your delivery charges, depending on your state regulation. If tax is included in the delivery fee, you can check that box. What that means is, instead of charging $1.50 plus 37 cents tax, or whatever the amount would be, we might just say we want it to be $2, so it's a nice round number. That includes the tax, and the tax will be broken out on your tax reports. Okay, the next option is to exclude delivery charges from your labor sales percentage. A lot of people don't like to count delivery fees as part of their true sales when they're calculating labor sales. So you have the option here. This just affects your reports. We like to leave mapping on, as that's a very useful feature, unless you have poor internet and will not have access to the Google Map. And the traffic, this just lets us know how far generally we're going to be going to look for traffic alerts. Okay, the promise times we talk a lot about in the promise times video, and I encourage you to look at that for more in-depth information. Here you'll just set your promise times for each order type, each order day part, as well as the minimum one-way drive time is what you expect, how long you you would expect a driver to take to get from your restaurant to the typical customer house. Okay, let's skip down to Smart Dispatching. Smart Dispatching is our system that automatically matches up orders that are appropriate to take together when you go on a run. The grids are related to your map grid. When you get a street database, it should come with these grids outlined. So depending on how this is set up for your system, you're going to choose an appropriate amount of grids that are close enough together to take an order together. And then also, how many minutes do the orders have to be close enough before they can be connected? If one customer ordered and another ordered 15 minutes later, you probably wouldn't want to match those two up. Okay, the maximum number of orders per run. This allows you to specify that a driver can only take a certain number of orders. You don't want them to take too many, or the last order will be cold when it gets there. Click Enforce if you want to be strict about this. I'm going to skip the deferred order defaults for now, as we talk about that in the deferred order video. Now we're on to driver management. The starting bank is required, yes or no, and how much is it? And what kind of drop requirements do you have? Let's set a limit of a drop if they have $150. Do you want to reprint tickets when they're assigned to a driver so you get a clean copy for them to take? If so, mark yes. We've got an alert if your driver is out for too long. And what is your expected runtime before we consider them to be late? So once a driver is late, let's say 45 minutes on 3 orders, then we give them an additional 40 minutes before we alert. That seems kind of long. Let's change it to 10. We recommend that you keep settle automatically. The drivers sort on first available, and you can choose here whether driver keeps tips or not. Go ahead and save changes, and your deliveries are now configured.